Charlie walks through the camera. Hello, everyone.
I'm Stephane.
I'm Julia, and we are homesteaders from Canada, and this is our story.
So a few years ago, we lived in the suburbs, and it was our dream to actually move to a big property where we could start our own homestead. Our part of this dream was to be self-sufficient. This is growing our own food and harvesting some of our own food, and in general, just getting away from the city, having more space, more privacy.
So fast forward, we visited a handful of properties, and some were, too big or like falling apart. Others were really small.
Or way too far.
Yeah, like really, really far from our jobs. And so we kept looking over the years, but we really struggled to find a place that we loved.
Eventually, Julia found an ad for this place. It's a small 10-acre property. What was a functioning little horse stable before, just kind of started, I guess the previous owners stopped, I guess they had a death in the family and they stopped caring for their horses.
You made that sound so bad.
The previous owners were arrested for murder. And the city therefore forfeited their property to auction.
None of that's true. Don't.
And we got it for a good price. The authorities are still looking for some bodies.
On the property.
But thus far, they are 90% sure that there's no more evidence to be seized here. So we're real happy. Truthfully, one of the reasons for getting out of the suburbs was we both have full-time jobs in the city. We work with people. We're social people. We're very happy and find a lot of tranquility and peace in the privacy and in nature. We did as much as we could on our days off was get away from the city, go camping, go on hikes, get out in the forest, go out to lakes. And we spent all our time also in our little suburban backyard during the warm months, preparing our garden beds, caring for vegetables that are growing up. It truly is our passion. I find a lot of peace doing that.
Yeah, we really love it. And the first time we visited this property, there was no murder investigation, but it was still interesting. The woman that lived here, she bred German Shepherds, and so there were like 9 German Shepherds on the property, and she also bred guinea pigs, and so there were guinea pig cages everywhere. And when I mean everywhere, I mean like there was at least, I want to say like 30 cages around the house.
She was also caring for her older mother. And this entire 10-acre property, which is pasteurized, was just too much, I think just too much labor for her. She wasn't doing the horse stables anymore, so she didn't need that much space. It was...
when you mean pasteurized, you mean there's pasture.
There's pasture.
Yeah, like pasteurized milk. Yes,
so
it is pasteurized.
The large amount of space that's pastured, that's a pasture.
It is a pasture.
And it takes a lot of maintenance, like the lawn cutting and the maintenance of the branches and the trees and the overgrowing tree line was a lot of work.
I think it was too much work for her. So she sold the horses and she started selling off the fence.
She also used the basement here as her kennel. So there was a very, very deep stench of dog in the entire house, especially in the basement. Basically, she went and she built a new property that's more specified to her dogs. That's customized rather to 9 German Shepherds.
When we visited, we didn't notice any terrible smell. She was managing it really well. But when we moved in and we got the keys, the dogs were gone, but the smell kind of just kept getting worse. As the humidity kept going up in the basement. And so we ended up gutting that kennel room, removing absolutely everything from it and kind of starting from scratch in that part of the basement. Because of all these kind of quirks about this property, we were able to get it within our budget, and it's only 30 minutes from our jobs. It was just such a steal for us in terms of we saw the potential of this place, let's say.
Part of the attraction was that after making our official offer, we made an inspection, and the inspector, because this house is not that old, it was built in 2007, they told us that they went through all the structures, which we have the entire house, the barn, 2 sheds.
2 wells.
2 wells. And we were told after doing an inspection of the structures as well as separate for the entire water system, the irrigation system here,
And the septic system.
That the buildings here are in extremely good shape. Foundations are solid. Basically, it's just all around good bones. Nothing to be concerned of or major renovations near major problems.
Yeah. And for anyone who's looked at farm properties, like that is unheard of. Like usually the wells are falling apart, the septic system has to be replaced. That's usually when people sell, right?
That's correct. The roof needs changing. That was none of the issues for us.
Yeah, that didn't exist with this property. So that's not to say there was no catch though. So the property had been on the market for a year, and even with the guinea pigs and the German Shepherds, we just couldn't understand why no one had put down an offer on this place, because it was like Stephane said, like it was a really good condition otherwise. What we found out from our realtor is that the closing period was an entire year away. So anyone who put an offer on the property would have to wait one whole year before they could move in.
Most people can't do that because they need to sell their house in order for the bank to approve for them to make an offer, to follow through on the bigger property.
Yeah, so we, didn't love that. We didn't want to wait a year, but we had also been searching for like 2 or 3 years, and we didn't want to pass up this opportunity. We knew in a year, we could still be searching, and if we pass up this opportunity, we'll regret not having put down an offer on this place.
And of course, the moment we did decide, let's put an offer down and we'll wait the year, the moment within the hour, someone made a counter offer right away.
Yeah. So how it works in our area is if you put down an offer on a property, anyone who's ever visited that property has to be notified and given a chance to counter offer. And because the property was on the market for a whole year, there was a lot of people who had visited it at that point. And so that was not great for us. We had no choice but to raise our bid basically as high as we could and hope for the best.
Eventually, we were able to negotiate down because that other bid didn't go through, and due to other municipal issues going on here with some of the permitting you're allowed to have for animals, we were able to lower the price down.
Eventually we had like a really protracted negotiation process, but we were able to eventually seal the deal on the property. And we fell in love. We began planning all we wanted to do during that year that we waited. You renovated our basement in our old house.
That's right, yeah.
During that time.
I had a raw, unfinished basement, and I had to learn everything about finishing. I'm talking drywall framing, mudding, and painting, as well as some electricity and some plumbing that I had to learn. But anyways, I managed to tune up some of my skills and learn a lot of things and finish that to up the value of our home, which it did. It sold for a pretty good price. What struck me about this property when we first visited, it was absolutely beautiful. It struck me right away. You pull into a driveway and it is a 10 acres that's formed on a bit of a narrow and very long. It's super nice. It has a incredibly beautiful front pasture and an even more beautiful back pasture that goes up slightly on an angle with a beautiful backdraw of a tree line in the back.
So before we knew it, it was time for us to actually move in. And we had a 2-week window to move everything over from our old house to our new house where we owned both homes. And the first thing we did is we actually moved our herb garden over, and we'll show you that footage now of how we moved over that herb garden that first day. We were so excited.
That's right, yeah. We actually moved our plants before we moved anything else.
We've packed the trailer with our herbs, the ocelot system, and the pickup. So the first day we're going to the farm.
That's right, before any people or animals or pets or anything that we love goes.
Well, Bambi's coming with us.
The herbs are getting a front row seat, a first class ticket to be first.
That's right. Bambi, though, is coming with us.
Yeah.
We're gonna drive over there now. It's about a 40-minute drive. And we're gonna open the doors to our new farm. Okay, we're coming up now onto the farm. Okay, we're here. Dining, kitchen, take you to our backyard. We're gonna see if the truck can fit through that gate. This would be a game changer if it can, because then we can get the truck real close to the house. Oh my gosh, it fits! I think it's fitting. Oh my gosh, he made it through.
We gave ourselves a 2-week overlap because we had a lot of work to do in this house before we moved in all our furniture. Remember, there was a strong smell of dog. We wanted to paint the walls. We had a room downstairs where the kennel was to gut it. That means actually take off the walls, all the drywall and stuff like that. There's some interlock in the back that was slanted towards the house. We needed to take out all the bricks, put more sand down, change the elevation and make it slant away from the house. Julia wanted to paint all the kitchen cabinets. I didn't want to at first, but I really like the look of it now. And it really did help with the smell as well.
So we had just a huge to-do list before we could actually move our stuff in. And right around that time, we received some really sad news. Stephane's grandfather had passed away.
That's right. And the timing couldn't have been worse because I used my vacation time from work to actually do this move in here over the 2 weeks. And I had to use almost half that time because I had to fly to other cities to attend funerals. 2 of them.
Yeah, it was actually 2 of Stephane's grandfathers that passed away right around the time that we were moving to our farm. And so that was difficult. And I was kind of left on my own during some of those days to, prepare the property for us to move in. And I was feeling quite overwhelmed, suddenly having lost Stephane's help during that time. So I decided to kind of rally the troops, and I reached out to my family, to our friends, and I just, asked anyone I could to come help. And I was amazed by the response. We had, I want to say, almost like 20 different people come to the property at different times, who would come either for a half day or a full day and just help do anything. They helped remove garden soil that we needed to get to different places. They helped fix the interlock in the back. They helped paint kitchen cabinets. The list was endless of what people did to help.
Assembling our new chicken coop.
There was just so many things. It was incredible. The convoy has arrived. We are so blessed to have such amazing friends who own pickup trucks. Aren't they the best? Look at them just bringing stuff. So today we primed all of these.
Okay, well, eventually our dream of having our homestead became like a community project, and everyone saw a little piece of themselves on this property.
Yeah, it was really, really special. And to this day, they come over and they're like, I did that, or I did that. So it's great. Eventually, winter hit, and we ended up spending that time getting to know our property. Getting to know tracking paw prints outside, learning the way the different animals move through the property, like the wild deer, the turkeys.
We snowshoed the entire property in the winter. It's really fun. You get to really go through the tree line there and find our exact property lines.
I spent some time identifying the different trees on the property, which was really, really interesting. We were able to learn that we have a lot of amazing, really beneficial trees here, but we also have some poisonous trees that produce poisonous berries, the common buckthorn, which many of you may know is very invasive. So we also spent time taking that out.
Yeah, uprooted those ones, cut them down, and I eventually just burned them all in the pile.
The kitties have arrived at the farm. Guys, this is it. Here you are. Oh, I know. You're wondering why are you still stuck in here. Alrighty, so the chickens have been playing just outside the barn door in this little playpen, but it's time now to herd them to their coop all the way over there.
It's fully installed. I put the automatic door on. It's tested and functional. They got bedding in there. Their food and water's good to go. And I trimmed up with the weed whacker around that area. So let's herd them in.
Come on, chickens.
Turns out herding chickens is not the worst.
They're trying to go back to the barn because that's their home sort of right now. Bridget's the most smart. She's trying to. Come on, Pippin. You got this. Just Keep swimming, just keep. Alrighty, I think they've gotten the idea. Mickey, no! Doing escaping. Mickey, no! No, Mickey! Mickey! Come on, buddy. Let's go. There he runs to his little family. Oh my gosh, we just woke up and there is a huge flock of turkeys just waltzing through our yard.
You wanted to live on a farm? You got it.
I wake up and we set up the chicken coop all the way over there behind that tree. And then I find my chickens this morning. There's one, there's another one. And all the way over there are two more. They decided to go 100 meters away from their coop as soon as they woke up.
And Christmas came along.
That's right, Christmas came.
It didn't go as planned. We were really excited because we wanted to, now that all our furniture were all established inside, to have my entire family come over. But Julia's grandmother unfortunately passed away. And this was all the way in Poland, but luckily Julia had just visited her grandmother, so you didn't have to fly all the way back to Poland.
I decided against going to the funeral, given I had seen her a few months before she passed. It was kind of just really unfortunate, but also interesting how 3 of our grandparents all passed within like 2 months of each other and right around the move of our property. But we just kind of focused on the work we had to do on the farm and tried our best to move forward. And so during that time, it wasn't just that. 2 days before Christmas, we lost power and a huge winter storm came through. And here when we lose power, we don't have any more water because our well needs electricity to run. So we had no water, no heat, no light, no power.
We weren't naive. We knew that going into rural places that they have oftentimes power outages, and we're ready for that. Of course, we have a billion things on our schedule to do, and we didn't get around to doing what we wanted to, which was having a self-sufficient source of energy here.
We really want to be off grid. That's a big goal for us.
So which is we want to install a wood stove so that our heat comes from the wood, and the wood we can get from our property, as well as a generator system. Now we're looking at different kind of systems, and we need it's difficult because we need something with enough power to run things like our submersive water pump for a well. Some of these things actually take a lot more energy amperages than I thought. So we're still weighing into options, but we'll let you know where we are.
Yeah, we'll document the process of building that wood stove, of getting a generator, because that is what's going to ultimately make us off grid in the event of another power outage.
And of course, we lost power right during Christmas time, so we had to move, so we couldn't have our winter Christmas party here.
That's right. The power, I think, came back on like Christmas morning. So it was too late at that point. So by then we had already made new plans to have Christmas at your parents' place, which they kind of saved Christmas. So that was good.
Oh, we have about a dozen nieces or nephews, ages 1 to 12. And they love coming here. It's a big joy for them to have somewhere they can come visit. Of course, the house is a place, there's a lot more space here than our old place, but it's the outside area. There's just so much space for them to run, play, toboggan, snowshoe.
Yeah, it's been really fun sharing the property with our family and friends. Yeah, after Christmas, it was the new year. And so we began really planning for our spring gardening. We had huge plans to build a garden, and we wanted to also expand our chicken flock. And so I ordered different chicken hatching eggs, which I'll show you on this channel, 5 different breeds of chicken, and guinea fowl as well. So I'm really, really excited for that.
I can't wait for the spring when we bring all those chickens in. We start expanding our projects. Gardening, holy smokes, I can't wait to start with the garden beds right here. We're gonna do it within our 6-foot fenced in 1 acre lot, outside of our just outside of our backyard, and we're actually going to use we're going to recycle a lot of material we have here on this spot. See, she used to have full working stable, and we do have maybe plans of having horses in the future, but we have to redo all the fencing. A lot of the cedar posts out there are not the right size or the spacing that we will have them at. Some of them are rotted, some of them aren't, so I actually need to go one at a time and find them. But I'm actually going to use those posts as our raised garden beds.
That's right. We're going to repurpose the cedar post to build raised garden beds, and we'll show you guys all that. I've already ordered as well a bunch of fruit and nut trees and berry bushes for our orchard. And that is going to be a huge spring project. I can't wait to get those. We'll probably be getting them around May. So that will be documenting as well.
Can't wait.
Another huge thing that we're waiting on is our farm puppy.
Oh yeah.
We are on a wait list to get a farm dog. I know the breeders at this time, in the new year, do have some pregnant females. We probably won't be getting a puppy from that litter since we're quite far down the wait list. So we'll probably have to wait till the next litter in the fall. But we cannot wait. I want the dog now. I'm just so excited about having the dog.
A dog's actually gonna be fun also for a guard dog, a protection companion on outside.
That's right. And I'm really passionate about dog training and just dog socializing and all of that comes with taking care of a dog. So I'll probably make an entire separate playlist on our channel all about how we train and socialize the puppy. And so that'll be really interesting for anyone who's into dog training or I hope you guys will like that content. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening to our story. You can let us know what you would like to see next by commenting down below. And to help us out, you could also like the video or even better, share it with a friend. We're really excited about growing this channel. That was something else we started in the new year was our big YouTube launch. And we began working on the videos though a year before. So yeah, we really appreciate you watching this.
As a matter of fact, if you subscribe right now, our kitties, Charlie and Alfie, are gonna get a treat.
That's right.
If you want to see them get a treat, they want it pretty badly. You gotta subscribe first.
Oh, wait. Gotta give them a second to subscribe, right?
That's right, yes.
Give them a minute.
Not doing it.
Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm. Well, I can tell they just did it. Okay. All right.
Yay.
And Bambi, even Bambi.
Oh yeah, our dog is not in the frame, but she's begging for these treats too. And so that was the story of how we moved to our 10-acre homestead.
We're going to continue documenting the steps of our journey and bring you along. And we're very open to any sort of recommendations, tips, and shared skills.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't quick.
But it was still a dream come true for us.
It was.
We think you'll really like this next video here, showing our beautiful 10-acre homestead in the winter.